Hello, baseball fans. Hope everybody's doing awesome out there. I know I've said this 1,000 times, but if you hit subscribe, I really appreciate it. I'm a brand new YouTuber, so this is the best way to help me grow, and I really appreciate everybody who supports me right at the beginning here. So one of the questions that I've been asked a couple times by the viewers is there any road for the Blue Jays to get to the World Series this year? And yes, there is. And I'm not suggesting making these trades, but this is what it would take. And it all starts with Shane Bieber of the Cleveland Indians. Now, if you don't know a little bit about Shane, he was the Cy Young Award winner last year. He's 25 years old. And I'll just go through his last two seasons really quick, but they're really impressive. In 2020, he was 8-1 with a 1.63 ERA and a 3.3 WAR. 2019, just as good, 15-8, 3.28 ERA, and a 4.6 WAR. These are amazing numbers for somebody who's only 25 years old. He has 4 more years of arbitration, so I'm not suggesting that Cleveland's going to trade him. In fact, it's going to be Ramirez that they move this offseason, or definitely before the All-Star break. And the pieces that they get back from Ramirez, plus what they already got in return from Lindor, is already enough to start their rebuild. But it would be something sweet, something huge that Cleveland couldn't turn down that would maybe make them part ways with Shane Bieber as well as Jose Ramirez. And what would it take for the Jays to get Bieber and Ramirez into their lineup? Well, a lot. And it's going to start with nobody else but Austin Martin. And I'm not suggesting trading Austin Martin, but this is what it would take. And Austin Martin is probably the best prospect and the most promising prospect that the Blue Jays have ever drafted. He sure should have went number 1 or 2 in last year's draft. The fact that the Jays picked him up was a huge steal, and he's probably going to be our center fielder in the future and moving George Springer over to one of the corners. On top of Austin Martin, it would also take sending Lourdes their way, Jordan Groshans, Anthony Kay, Thomas Hatch, and probably 1 or 2 players to be named later. That's a huge, huge haul, basically emptying out our entire prospect system, just like Alex Anthopoulos did. But that would get us probably Shane Bieber and Jose Ramirez. On top of that, it would leave us room to trade Simeon Woods Richardson and Alejandro Kirk, plus somebody else, to Cincinnati to land Sonny Gray. So in doing all this, basically the only prospect that the Jays have left out of those 6 is Martinez. And you could always throw in Alek Manoah. I know he wasn't in the top 100, but he's going to be. But basically, nobody in the Jays farm system. We're like one of the worst farm systems in baseball if this trade happened. But in return, I guess we would be one of the best baseball teams, and certainly the best baseball team in the American League, and would take us to the World Series for at least the next 3 seasons. We'd probably lose the World Series every year against the Dodgers or the Padres, but it would get us there a little prematurely. And in this dream scenario, our budget would actually only be $155 million. So it is conceivable that the Jays could actually pull that off. It's in their budget. And what would this magical lineup look like? Well, I think it all starts with Bo leading off if we did get Ramirez, followed by Springer, Ramirez, Teoscar, Vladdy, Biggio. Look at those 6 right there. Unbelievable. Really nasty. And then the final 3, Randall, Tellez, and Jano. And a rotation just as good. You'd have Bieber as our ace, followed by Ryu, followed by Sonny Gray, Robbie Ray, and Tanner Roark. And I know you're asking, well, where's Nate Pearson all this? Well, it'll actually allow us to put Nate Pearson in AAA, where he could and should maybe start next year, just to see if there's any kinks with that 5.0, whatever his ERA was last year. It wasn't great. Make sure he's got those jitters out of his way. And eventually one of those starters are going to get hurt, or probably even more conceivably, Tanner Roark or Robbie Ray just doesn't pitch up the snuff. And come May, you call up Nate Pearson, and then we'll deal with Robbie Ray or Tanner Roark, whoever it is, at that time. And with the pieces that the Jays have put together in their bullpen, as I said, if they actually made these trades, we'd be better than the Yankees, and we'd be one of the teams that would easily be the best in the American League, taking us to the World Series. Let me know what you think of this trade. As I said, I'm not a huge fan of it. It's completely in left field, but Austin Martin, Lourdes, Jordan Groshans, those are some juicy prospects for Cleveland to chew on. And if they're really going to do a rebuild, those are the people to do a rebuild with. Let me know what you think of this in the comments below. More importantly, I hope everybody stays safe out there. Hit subscribe if you haven't, and we'll talk soon. Take care, everyone.